Hey, how's it going? Matt with BYI Lacrosse. I wanted to kind of go through some more stick 101, maybe 201 now, with you. Previous segments I've gone through exactly how to get a pocket into a girl stick. Now I want to talk a little bit about pocket depth and what is a legal stick. Legal stick is really kind of dependent on what age and what skill level the player is playing at. So in Northern Virginia, the rules currently are, I believe, at 3, 4, and 5, 6. So grades 3 and 4, grades 5 and 6. Lower B, you're allowed to have a modified pocket. What that means is you do not need to conform to the rules of when you look straight on, lining up the two top rails, where the ball needs to be always above that line, especially at the pocket, the deepest point of the pocket. In your case, if you're playing at that age group and at that skill level, you can make that pocket a little deeper this way, where that ball is further down. I encourage players, coaches, parents of players at those skill levels to do that. It is one of the most frustrating things in girls lacrosse I've seen with players, that they drop the ball a lot when inexperienced, and if the league allows it, it's for a good reason. It's because they want to encourage the players to enjoy the sport. So go ahead and modify that pocket, give them the best chance. But if you're going to modify the pocket, don't think, okay, I'm just going to make it like a boy stick, because then you're not teaching them good habits. Keep with the same idea that I've outlined in other segments, that the sweet spot needs, the deepest part needs to be up here, and the shallowest part here and there. That way, at least when they are cradling the ball, it's in the right spot, right? It's always, oops. That's why I'm a coach, not a player. Something to keep in mind is modify that pocket, put it where it needs to be. Now, if you're a 5-6 upper B, A, or 7-8 player, you need that pocket where it is always going to be legal at any age, which is, like I said, if you roll that ball to its deepest point and back and forth, and this is what the referees do before games. They check all these sticks to make sure they're there. As girls play, they're gonna naturally, this webbing moves around, it gets stretched out, these leathers get stretched out. It's gonna have a tendency to become illegal after a practice or two. So you need to get your daughter or your player, if you're a coach, all your players in the habit of checking that themselves. They go, oh, it's a little deeper, but people have a tendency, and I'll show you on a different kind of stick, show you this one. Notice the difference between these two sticks. This one is all leathers, and this one has a center channel pocket piece that is more the trend these days. And this is one, it looks like two runners, but it's actually one piece, comes from the factory that way, and you weave it into the cross lace that way. The tendency is, because this is nicely knotted here, and yeah, if you pull on it, it's going to collapse that pocket. But you're actually doing yourself a disservice to tighten up your pocket that way usually. What tends to be a better practice is to loosen these two side leathers, or on some sticks, this leather piece is not leather, it's actually nylon, a nylon runner. Doesn't matter, whatever the two side strings are, you want to actually tighten those. What that does is it does collapse the pocket a little bit, but it allows this deep runner to stay deeper while creating a channel, more of a channel to hug the ball as it's in the cross. So the better practice takes a little longer, but not much, is to tighten the leathers and it's typically the leathers that are stretching out, not these center pocket pieces. So it's actually more correct to adjust it that way. So a lot of players, you know, they're just used to right before the game, they get a stick check, they're running an illegal stick all week, and then you just tighten this up, and then, in my opinion, they kind of hurt their own game by doing that. So recommend you have them check your sticks before the referee checks and make those adjustments when you have time, not in the 1 minute before the draw for the start of the game. So that's the recommendation. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you guys have a great season this year, and go Vienna.